Hi. Hello, everyone. It's Journal in Progress. I am going to be working on this fun Prince inspired um, Patchwork of Friendship Square for Jenny with Rose House Crafts. And I've only worked on it just the evening that we did the original live, which would have been, was that just Monday? Oh my gosh, I think it was. It was just Monday, right? So, hey Amanda, hi, thanks for hopping on. So, I started out, it's been so long since I've painted regularly for a live that I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this. And then I realized, oh my, I need water. Oh my. I started covering my workspace when I do this kind of stuff on fabric with the press and seal because, paint just goes through the fabric. And it's not like it doesn't clean up off your workstation easily, but this makes it even easier. So I am just covering this up. And I believe it was Lisa the other day that had the idea to do a secondhand store. Oh, let me flip everything around. Let's go like this. Oh man, I hate it when that happens. All right, let's try her again. Gotta hold my mouth just right. Come on. Ugh. The magnet is not grabbing a hold of it. There we go. And sometimes when it takes a second for the magnet to grab hold, there we go. That's when it goes that wonky way. So I thought that I would show you guys my method. Since when I did Amanda's and now this one, the comments that I've gotten about them. So I thought I would show you how I do it so that you can see that I'm really not that great of an artist. I'm a good mimic. I'm a good mimic, you know. I found this image right here. All I did is I got on Pinterest and I just put in drawing of boutique shop with awning. That's what I put in the search bar on Pinterest. And this came up. I find that if you put drawing in, it just makes it where it's more like this instead of a photo. And then I put mannequin in a beret, and it came up with a bunch of ladies in berets, but I liked the way her head was turned. So I shrunk it down, and then I really quickly just traced the major lines. And on stuff like this, you guys, I'm horrible about these types of angles when I try and draw something. It's just, it's just no bueno when I try. And this does not have to be perfect, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and draw these lines in. And then I think that from here, I can kind of take it down. But these kind of go like from, kind of like when you do eyelashes. If you start in the middle and go straight up, then you know how to curve them the rest of the way. I'll be able to follow these on down. Okay. Hey, Carol. Good afternoon. So this is what I start off with. This is exactly how I did her picture. Printed it, traced it, and now I am going to, I'm going to use a piece of, I have one is like, one's graphite, and I try to find the graphite one because it's a little bit lighter. And I believe it's this one. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal if it's not, but I want this, I think, placed kind of in the distance a little bit behind her. Maybe right there. Make sure I have the right side down. And then you can kind of tape it down if you need to. I'm going to just stick this sticky note over the pizza box. I could just paint, if I happen to get it on there, I could just paint it. It would be fine. I think we're good there. I just want it down a little bit because, you know, we have the inch border around. Okay. So the second tip that I have is you're going to want to do this part, especially if it's an intricate thing. If it's very intricate, you might want to go ahead and tape it down. You can always line it back up, but use a different color ink. And when you use a different color ink, you can just easily see what you've gone over. And I'm going to be painting over my lines anyway. This just really helps me with, I think it's called perspective, when it comes to the angles of buildings and stuff like that. So you can see, like, this part, not that big of a deal. Okay. And most of the time, I think when you're drawing and stuff like that, people can be intimidated by it. But if you keep in mind that really you just have to give the impression of what you're trying to get across, it does not have to be, at least in the style of thing that I do, it does not have to be, you know, like a perfect rendition of anything. Okay. There we go. This is a friction pin, so. Okay. Awesome. After the live, hey, hello, Linda. After the live on Monday, I went ahead and basically just outlined her with black, and I did the face of the secretary bird. It's like a red to yellow thing. I think that's pretty much all I did. I did everything that I didn't do on the live, I did with my Posca pens. So on the awning, I think I'm just going to start, let's see, red brick. How do I want? I don't think I want it to be red brick, like the building. I think it's going to be super cute. We're going to have the raspberry beret in there. For the base coat, I think I need to go white, which of course is the one color I didn't get. I didn't grab white. This is a very cool white that I'm using. It's almost like the lightest gray. But I will also go ahead and do the awning, I think, in this, because those lines will show through. What are you doing this afternoon, guys? Linda, are you still with your son hanging out? I originally had palm trees there. So I hope that you guys can use that. Anybody that wants to kind of do a drawing, or maybe it's something you all already know, my little cheats. I mean, you still have to do all of the shading and all of the, pretty much all of the creativity part of it. I'm just gonna let my brush here kind of be the dips of the awning. There we go. This just made me giggle. Hi, Sue. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming on. I'm using, I'm pretty sure it was Lisa. It may have been Capri. I'm not sure. I would have to go back and look. That gave the idea for the secondhand store. I'm gonna go ahead after I just rinse that and do. This is gonna be the sign here. think that I probably could have had this be a little bit bigger, but I actually tried to kind of measure and figure out, because in Canva you can, it defaults to pixels, but you can make it go to inches when you're resizing your things. Okay. Of all the colors I got out, I'm not getting obviously anything that I am meant to use. Crazy. So I'm just gonna grab just this gray here. And let's see. So basically, I'm not worrying about staying in the lines or anything, because I will take my black Posca and use it to define the spaces. And I can just take what I did on the tracing paper and lay it right back over the top of this, and that will get my any lines I've lost right back, even if it's just to reorient myself. It was okay. Oh, well, I love that idea. I don't know if you saw the beginning where I showed how I kind of got to this point. There we go. And then let's see right here. And just on the other side of that. So what color should we make the door? I was kind of leaning towards yellow. And then a little floor mat. My hair was okay. I think I will use this gray too. Just kind of mix these two together. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm just taking the gray and the white, and I'm doing it like that because I am gonna do some bricks here, and when you do that, then the next time you go in, you can pick up more gray or less gray or whatever, and you get this variation, since bricks are not all uniform. And we're just gonna again have the idea of bricks. kind of thinking that maybe this person lives above the shop. So I'm just going to try and do like a, what would be a window sill. We're getting to the point here though where this is not going to, we're outside of the 12 by 12, but there we go. There, I think that's good enough. I think that whenever you're doing anything like this, the biggest trick is to not get bogged down in the details, because anybody that's looking at it, people's brain kind of fill in, you know, they will fill those details in on their own. Let's see. I really need to do something with this pizza box. I grabbed a nice dark brown because I wasn't able to really finish her hair. That's just black Posca pen. But I'm going to go ahead and fill it in so that then we can do lights and darks and everything. And I know that she's like me, and she's don't cover her gray either. I am embracing my gray. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not going to complain about it, that's for sure. And obviously I don't really do realistic type I have, but I don't really think they're as fun as doing stuff more like this. And we'll go through so that she doesn't look like, do you remember in Still Magnolias where she says, just tease it and make it look like a brown football helmet? I don't want it to look like a brown football helmet. But with this base, we will then be able to put some detail down. You know what would be funny is to do like a whole curl, curly thing that comes over one eye, like everybody that was in Prince's band, Okay. So around the sign, the door just got lost in here. maybe this should be pretty, like a thin, that's what that gray is. And then this should be a little thinner. Mm-hmm. This is the window to the door. So then this is the actual door. And I think I will kind of make it like a one of those handles like that is what I'm thinking, you know. Okay. I like to, when I use red, this red is such a deep red. It's just a really nice, true red. It's not too orangey. And I have spilled a jar of this before, this Marquee Red. And y'all, oh Lord, it stained the linoleum floor at the store when I had my store. And I, you know, wiped it up pretty much, I thought, immediately, but maybe I'll do yellow stripes on the awning. I don't know why I'm really feeling yellow. Probably because there's purple here, and you know they're complementary colors. So who wants to count hundreds of dots? I'm just now seeing that. I don't know what, that was a long time ago, so I don't really know what we was talking about. Maybe the detail, or the fact that I don't necessarily worry about detail. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in because it's bugging me. I think I'll remember to put a handle in, and if I don't, that's okay. And then I'll shadow underneath there too. Should have typed a body around the stain. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. When I called the landlord, put a tape outline. Okay, now I am going to, this one's probably dried up too, like my other one the other day. Not too bad. I wait to open a new thing because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is up to here. And so when I was using paint like this all the time, I would keep one of these, and anything that dried up or whatever, and anything else I was using, I would just scrape it and put it in here and then just add water. So I always hesitate to open up a new one because I've had DIY paint that I've had for like 5 years that I just keep adding water to. I mean, it just doesn't lose its pigment. It's so highly pigmented, and it's expensive, you know? So yeah, when I had my store, I would always show people how you can reconstitute it. Oh, look at her raspberry beret. Yes. This color is called Kissing Booth. It's a really good color too. Good color for raspberry beret. Okay. Let's see. This is the yellow I keep thinking I want to use. So you guys, these, I don't like FIFO bottles, but these wide mouth bottles, they're like from a restaurant supply, and you can see how big. A lot of them just have a really small opening, but they didn't come with lids, and I am so cheap. These are the little end caps, like for, I don't know, like metal things, you know, that stick out, like on metal shelves and stuff, how they have these little end caps. So I bought the end caps and because for to fit on here, but they are definitely not, you know, completely airtight. I really like this yellow. It's a good color. So let's see. Around my sign. Of course, here I'm just going to put number 2, like second hand store. Let's see. Just go for it. Like, what's the worst that can happen, right? I don't want it to look like McDonald's, though. I'm kind of speeding up because I don't want to get too, if you get too tight, I don't know if you guys, if you know what I mean, but when you're painting, if you get to loosen up, you can either use a bigger brush or paint faster. And that'll just kind of force you to not paint so tight. Now, since I have that brown out, that her hair, that we used for her hair, it's a pretty dark brown. I can find my liner brush. Oh, come here, you. There it is. And this brush has a really long, and that definitely will keep you loose. It's kind of hard to paint with, but I'm just going to do these lines on the awning. Oh, I stuck it in red. Doggone it. So yeah, you can see it doesn't have to be perfect or anything to get the idea across. And I'll do some stuff on the inside there too. But I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to try and do like marquee lights around. You know, that might be kind of cute. I think I'm gonna take a little of this chocolate brown and mix it in with this gray just to deepen that a little bit. I probably will do like lights around this to make it kind of go with the cheekiness. You can see the dark is where it's still wet, but it's drying pretty good. I'm gonna have to look at where so there you can see. But I need to do some work on the pizza box. And I'm going to use these Posca markers. It just makes it a little bit easier to outline. I really, if I remember right, I really do not like the brown that comes in these. Definitely do not make the mistake of doing this on your project. As soon as you think, it'll be fine, I got this, that's when all of it will come out really bad at once. You guys see what I'm talking about? How I need such help with these kind of perspective. Le Fez. What? What is that? Little dips in the butt. That. Oh my gosh. Come here. Come here, you. See how it goes through. Gosh. Okay, I'm going to take my own advice and tell myself this doesn't matter. It's just the idea of the pizza box that matters. Right? Oh, I see. I see. This dadgum thing. Pizza. It used to be the buzz. I didn't know that, Lisa. I feel like in movies and stuff, like traditionally, pizza boxes are white. So let's kind of, and then we can get the middle of our P back, maybe. pen. Okay. All right, Linda. Thanks for stopping by, friend. Okay. Well, I think that that's dry enough for me to do a little bit of kind of outlining. I feel like the black outlining can sometimes, help us out. Probably would really help out if I used a ruler, but that's okay. Bye. Bye, Lisa. Let me see. It is 0.7 millimeters. I know that the ones that I originally had were the ones that you see all the time, and they're just too big. So, and if you follow or drop list these on Amazon, they actually go on sale quite a bit. And going over this paint is kind of gunking it up, but when I see them on sale, I think you're in the creative space. And when I see them on sale, I try to always link them. Oh, I really got in the paint that time. I just realized that should have been right. Okay. Time goes by at a different pace when I'm doing this kind of thing. So let's see. For the secondhand store, I almost feel like we need to do red. I know. This red for this Posca, like this is what I mean by this red. It's such a nice, deep, dark red, that marquee. Oh, Lord. That was probably, this white paint was probably not quite dry enough. We'll have to let that dry before I decide if I'm okay with that. You guys see how kind of messed up it is. all I would have to do is kind of extend the white out. So for the store window itself, I'm gonna take after I just said you shouldn't do that on your project. I'm gonna use some blue on this too. Kind of like I did there with her wine glass. Oh, you guys can't even see the raspberry beret. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to say it, but in my head right now, I'm thinking of her hair is in a Chignon. Is that how you say it? Or is that how you spell it? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's in all the romance novels. And I'm not going to do anything about a face or anything. went with that because, you know, I'm in my mind, it's just one of those styrofoam heads that beret is on. So I'll just do the rest of it with shadow as far as like the difference between her neck, and I'm gonna have to redo that curl. And then I thought I would do like 50% off red tags or something like that, and then put a price tag on here. Oh, thanks. I'm having a really good time playing with this. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do right here, which it, you know, because I've got this horizontal line, it could be just easy enough that I make like a sidewalk, and then I know she's got her 2 dogs. I think it's 2 dogs, but I could always do something with that. You know, put some doggies there. I could put a bottle, red, you know, like red wine bottles. Okay. Just gonna do a little bit of blue. Look a little bit like shadow over there. These Posca markers, they really dry and don't really move too much. So if you're going to try and blend them, you need to do it immediately. My granddaughter, this was last summer, we bought those high top Converse. Well, they weren't Converse, they were just Walmart. Don't you look like a lush? Oh, a lamppost. Oh, thanks, Capri. There could be, you know, because in my brain, I had her and I had these lines here for a spotlight. So I wonder if I could put it like where the post came up. It would still leave this though. I guess because I think I'm so bad at perspective and scale and that kind of stuff. I don't like to do stuff like that unless I have a picture of what I want, you know? Don't make her look like a lush. You know, I wouldn't have known about the secretary bird Capri if Cheryl hadn't told me. When I went to see Cheryl, I was telling her that I had Jenny, that she was my next person, and she said it's not on her sheet. I don't think, but she loves this crazy looking bird. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Just like you guys let me know about um, Cheryl and the blackbird, the red-winged blackbird. Is that what it's called? Okay. Sometimes if my black Posca pen gives me too much trouble, then I will just use a Sharpie. But I tend to think, I think sometimes Sharpies can look green. I don't know if you guys see what I'm talking about with that, but yes. And I didn't know that though. I'm so glad that you guys helped me and told me that, because I think that it it made her square special, more special. So cute. So I feel like we need, like, obviously there's all kinds of shelves and doodads in here. I feel like there's probably a fake tree there. And then maybe a bunch of books and a bookend. Okay. I'm just having all kinds of fun. Let's see, what kind of green is that? Kind of like a topiary type situation. I think that this this little fake tree is going to have some kind of bird in it now. Oh my gosh. I have all of these something. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Definitely. Oh yes, Capri. Thanks for doing that. You guys do the hashtag birthday and you'll get a message with the link to sign up to be in the group for Cheryl, Heidi, Anne, myself, Gina with Junk Swagger, Tammy, Tammy Loves Vintage, Royce, Roycycled Treasures, and Grace, Comfy Nest with Grace. And we're all presenting with the August paper pack. Yeah, and this isn't a group that's going to stay open. Because I know I'm in a lot of groups too, and it can get overwhelming. But this group is going to close after this, so you won't be getting a whole bunch of notifications and stuff. I wish I wouldn't have done this stupid thing. In my brain, I was seeing like one of those horses, rearing up as as the bookend. Like, what was I thinking? That was never going to translate. So to make these seem more like books, I'm going to try and make like the old gold labels. I don't know if that helped at all or not, but it's fine. It's fine. I also think that I need to kind of define the stripes. I like that it's a little bit scratchy. Okay, guys, sorry. I'm not yapping. This one has actually been way easier than the one of Amanda's. That circus tent of Amanda's was hard for me, just because, again, I don't do well with scale and perspective. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking cute. We definitely need to do some work on the old pizza. Some crust going here. She also likes coffee. That is some fluorescent cheese, y'all. Oh, thanks, Capri. I've never met Jenny, and I didn't even know Jenny until this event and this project. And I just think that she is adorable. Just adorable. And I don't know, I think that this to me seems to go with her personality pretty good. I'm just gonna, because this brown is such a reddish brown, I'm gonna do the outline in brown so that it looks like the pepperonis are kind of burnt on the edges. And they're definitely not evenly distributed. Yeah, that's what, I was thinking. She's got her glass of red wine here in her hand. So that to me makes me think it is later in the day. But yeah, maybe a cart. I don't know what she likes on her pizza. I like mushrooms, but I'm thinking, this pizza needs some green peppers. Oh, I put the red lid on the brown and the yeah. I'm gonna take my Sharpie because it's so much finer. And a black gel pen. Also, gel pens are also a lot finer and easier to do. So I don't mind the red behind it, but it's just not. got some kind of silly something. Oh, Kim, this is Prince is her favorite uh, musician, and pizza is her favorite food. This is for Jenny Rosehouse Crafts, and wine. I don't remember what all I said. I'm like, why does this look so weird? And I'm like, everything else has black. Has a black outline. And my black is on strike. I hear my husband out there. I hope he's taking out the trash. I don't know, but I've heard from other people, this is not me, that their cardboard box situation sometimes gets out of control because they order on Amazon too much. Have you guys heard that? The truth is that some things like I need, I don't know, laundry, uh, dog food, like certain things like that. And I'm like, dadgummit, I didn't get to this store. Oh, material base. This is just muslin. Sorry. And I don't want to go back to the grocery store. I don't have time for that. So I just am like, oh, I can get that from Amazon delivered in 2 days or less. Free. Take a little bit of lighter pink just to show some kind of variation. I really wanted to do something with Kiss, you know? I know, Capri. Believe me, there are times, you guys, I have to think, okay, when was the last time I seen another human being other than my husband? And when was the last time I left the house? And I know when I have to think about it like that, it's time. It's time for me to, you know, maybe go do something with my life. Michelle, maybe you ought to go do something with your life. I really want him to have kind of striped legs in my vision. That's what he had. So because this is all really opaque, when I get to a certain point, that's when I usually grab my gel pens. I've also got like watercolor pencils, and you can kind of, when it's good and dry, you can kind of add some detail and stuff that way. I have a particular color I want for her hair. I think that might be it. Hey, also, I need to look, but I think that her eyes might be blue. Am I right? I need to look at her picture. Yes, Capri. I mean, I don't know. It's overrated, I think. Being social is overrated, although I am so looking forward to October. I mean, but you know, that's a little different because then you're seeing your people. I got pizza on my hand. Yeah, I have been on this live for so long. Definitely get into a groove. Yeah, you guys can't even see that. It's pretty subtle. I'm going to have to get a color with a little bit more variation than that. All right. Yep. I will, well, this might just have to be part of the reveal when she opens it, this this big empty section down here. Yeah, my mind is kind of reeling. Thanks, Capri. Oh, you don't have to do chores. You don't have to do chores. All right, guys. I'll figure out what I'm going to do to the sign, her hair. You know, I want it to be pretty full, so there will be a lot more going into it on it. But you'll see it when she opens it in September. So, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to do hashtag birthday in the comments to get that link. And I will see you on Sunday. Heidi has Dog Days of Summer event. So, and then Monday, Cheryl has a Summer Bounty event. So, a couple of events coming up, and I will be in both of those. So, I will see you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.